Howdy folks, how you all doing? It's cold outside, autumn is here, and I don't like autumn. I much prefer the summer, so I'm not happy. So I've come in the studio to play a little bit of blues for you, as usual, okay? And this week we're concentrating on turnarounds. Now, turnarounds are great. I love turnarounds. They're just really bluesy. They just sound really authentically bluesy, so I love turnarounds. Turnarounds are a lot of turnarounds kind of follow a similar sort of a theme, and that theme will come out as we play through them and you'll understand the theme. We're going to do them all in the key of A. The track I did at the start was in the key of A. It was in A major. I was mixing together major and minor pentatonics, as you might have noticed, like I talked about a couple of videos ago. So let's go through some of the turnarounds that I'm going to show you. So the first turnaround we're going to do is the one I used in the video, and that's this. Okay, I like the ending. The ending's sweet. We'll go over that in a second. So what we're doing is 10 on the A, 10 on the B. And then we're walking chromatically down the A string. Right, now what you want to think is we're doing triplets to start off with. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And that's often the timing with these turnarounds, that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, we're going to talk in a second about where to start the turnaround because that's massively important. But let's think about what we're doing here. We're in the key of A, okay? This is an A note here on the B string. So we're starting off on an A note. This is the flat 7. So there's an A note there. So we're walking down from the flat 7 chromatically and then ending on the 5, like the 5 chord, 5, the E. And then we're just going a little walk up, chromatic walk up from the flat 7 to the 5. I was doing this. So what I'm doing there is I'm kind of doing a rootless 9 chord. So instead of doing this, right, I'm just doing it without the root on, which actually makes a little diminished chord. Or it's actually a half diminished chord. Yeah, so it's like this chord, but without the root note on. All right, but you could just go, or, and I'll use some of those in some of the other turnarounds. Now, one really important factor is where does the turnaround go? So for this, we need to look at the last 4 bars really. Okay, so the last 4 bars would go like this: E, 2, 3, 4, D, 2, 3, 4, 1. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, beat 1 here, 1, and it comes in after that. Okay, so you've got 1. Do, 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 do. So you're coming in on beat 2 and you're playing a triplet on beat 2. 1, 2, 3, and then on beat 3, and then on beat 4. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, that timing is really important, that you follow through like a backing track. Make sure you're coming in at exactly the right point. So you've got that 1 there, and the turnaround, the rest of it starts on beat 2. Do 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 do. All right. So getting that timing is super important. Then that takes you back to the 1. The whole point of the turnaround is to turn you around back to the 1 chord. Okay. If you look in the description at the top there is a link to something called Calendly. Now, if you click on that, you can set up a quick free 15-minute lesson with me to chat about where your playing is. So just have a look at that. Dead easy to set up, totally free. Quick chat with me for 15 minutes, free lesson just to see how your playing is and to help you out with that. So that would be great to see some of you there. So now we're going to look at turnaround number 2, and that's going to be this. All right. So this note, this A note, is staying the same. Look, 12, 12, 11, 11, all 10. So we're ending up on this chord. It's like a D chord slid up here, right? So it's actually an A chord because this is an A note. That's D, that's a D note. That's A, that's an A note. So we go in. So we've got this A, which is a pedal note. And then we're walking chromatically back, okay? And we've got the same deal going. We've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then we've got, so we're going to end that one like this with D7, E flat 7, E. Or you could do, yep. So that is turnaround number 2. You use it exactly the same way that you use turnaround 1. Just going back a little bit, when we started turnaround 1, that's the root note, isn't it? So if I want to do that turnaround the key of, I don't know, F sharp, I find an F sharp there, look. So that would be my turnaround the key of F sharp. I want to do it in the key of C, I'll do it here. Yeah. So always think about how you can do these turnarounds in different keys, and I do that by using reference points. So this one, look, I'm going from the root note there. So if I want to do it in E, I'm going to make that an E. So I'll do it there. Yeah. So as long as you've got a reference point, you can do all these turnarounds in different keys. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Super duper important. Also, check out my Patreon page. All these turnarounds are available on the Patreon page, all tabbed out. So that's really useful. It's not much to join the Patreon page. It really helps support this channel. You know, I'm doing a lot of videos now. It's an awful lot of work for me, so any support would be much appreciated. So if you could look on that Patreon page, there's loads of good stuff on there as well. And like I say, you'll get all the tabs for this, so do check that out. Okay, so the next turnaround, which is a bit of a classic, is this one. So we've got this D7 shape. That's D7, right? D7 shape. And we're starting from, this would be A7, because that's an A chord, right? This is A7. And we've got the 1, 2, 3 thing going again. 1, 2, 3. Then we're finishing. We don't finish with this shape. We don't finish with this shape. We finish with this shape, because this is like an A triad now. Root 5, 3. So we've got. So we're going from A7, descending chromatically down to A. And finish it the same way. Remember, starts the same way, starts in the same place. That 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, same every time. And think about changing keys. If this is A, right, I'm starting on an A7 chord. I wanted to do it in C. There's my C note there. There's C there. Do my little walk up there. So make sure you can do them in different keys. Okay, next turnaround. So I'm going. So see, the B string is ascending and the D string is descending. But it's still that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Now the end is a bit different. I've got this. Right, so I've got this, which is a fully diminished chord. It's an E flat diminished chord. So it's a semitone below the E from there, look. And that pulls me into the E. So the end's a bit different. We haven't got the, we've just got the, all right, so we've just got 2 chords there with that fully diminished chord, which is a semitone below the target chord, the 5 chord, or it could be an E7. Yeah, we could go to E7, but that's a cool way to end a turnaround. You just go a semitone below your target chord, so we could play like diminished chord there, and then that resolves into the target chord, which is the 5. This is all about movement. It's all about creating movement. Okay, let's look at the next turnaround. So the next turnaround is a really simple one. So I'm just going, starting on the flat 7, walking down chromatically, got. Yeah, triplet, triplet, triplet. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Yeah, that's that one. So you've got a whole bunch of, was that 5? I think it was 5 turnarounds to use there. Now you want to be able to do all these turnarounds in keys of your choice, which largely with, if you're playing blues guitar, it's probably going to be E or A, isn't it? But, you know, you might have to do it in G or C. If you're doing more jazzy stuff, it might be B flat maybe. So they're not hard to do in different keys. You just need to think about those reference points. Do think carefully about the timing. The timing is really important. If you put the turnaround in the wrong place, it just won't work at all. It's got to come in exactly in the place that I said at the start of the video. So put a backing track on, pick your easiest turnaround, right, and try and play it over the backing track and nail it in the right place every time. When you can do that, maybe add the other turnarounds in and then add them into your playing like I was doing at the start. The thing you'll find that when you're playing, you kind of get carried away with a solo and get excited by that, and it comes to the turnaround bit and you think, oh God, I've forgotten the turnaround. Yeah. So try not to do that. Solo a little bit at the start and then maybe stop soloing and think, right, let's wait for the turnaround bit, here it comes, and then get it in the right place. Now, if you do that a few times, right, hopefully you can carry on your soloing up to the point where you do the turnaround and then get it in. The next thing I'm going to do, in fact, I'm going to do it now, is if you go onto my Patreon page, you'll be able to see it. And that is to talk through exactly how I played the solo at the start. There was a couple of little tricks that I employed that made the solo really follow the chords very precisely. And I kind of had this little trick. There's kind of just 2 little ideas there. I had this little trick in my mind sort of all the time I was playing it. So, like I say, it's not expensive. Go over to Patreon, check that out.